Hey, Michael Beresford from OpenCorp here with breaking news. The Reserve Bank have just dropped the cash rate for the third time this year down to 3.6%. That is the lowest cash rate that we have had since April 2023. So a little over 2 years. Why have they done this? Well, inflation is well and truly within the Reserve Bank of Australia's comfort band of that 2 to 3%. In 2.4% in April, down to 2.1% in May. The inflation is well and truly under control. Doesn't seem like that long ago that inflation was 6 to 8%, but a lot can change quickly. Also, they're doing this to stimulate the economy because fundamentally GDP is down. It's only 0.2% in the March quarter, only 1.3% for the year, and they want to get the economic growth in Australia happening again. For the mortgage holders out there amongst us, the good news doesn't appear to be stopping. AMP are forecasting that the cash rate will come down another 3 times by early 2026. So, we need to understand what this means for people out there on the ground. What does it mean for investors? And more importantly, how do we take advantage of the opportunities that this creates? Well, first and foremost, NAB is saying that only 5% of their client base have actually reduced their mortgage repayments as a result of these rate cuts this year. Now, you might not be aware, but a lot of banks will actually make you call the bank to change your monthly repayment lower after an interest rate cut. If you don't, then it just stays at the default amount. So, there's a lot of talk in the media about, mortgage stress and cost of living and all these kind of things. It's a very, very different landscape in Australia to 2 years ago. And that data would suggest that the mortgage and people's ability to repay it is very, very strong. So what does all of this mean for the investors out there? Well, firstly, holding costs are coming down. That's a major positive. Secondly, your borrowing capacity is increasing. Shane Oliver, who's the chief economist from AMP, says that every 0.25% rate cut increases the borrowing capacity you have by about $9,000. So the 3 cuts this year gives you nearly $30K in improved borrowing capacity. And that's why we've been saying for at least the last 6 to 9 months that the entry price in Australia will continue to rise because that extra borrowing capacity means people can afford to pay more for property at that affordable end of the market. Not only that, but when we start to see holding costs coming down and borrowing capacities going up, the momentum in the property market builds. More people are active and the demand increases. So that's the really, really exciting part and why the window to take advantage of these improved conditions is shrinking day by day. We get so many questions about the Melbourne market. So each month this year, for the last 6 months consecutively, Melbourne's median house price has risen. Now, the Reserve Bank is saying affordability is a supply issue, which it is. We've often talked about the housing accord in Australia, 1.2 million homes over 5 years. That's 240,000 homes a year on average. That's 20,000 homes a month. Approvals for new dwellings dropped nearly 6%, and the total number for last year is just under 15,000 homes. So, demand is increasing, affordability is getting better, and supply is going backwards. We cannot be any clearer that this is the opportunity right now to take advantage of, while all of these market fundamentals are lining up. Finally, when we see these interest rate cutting cycles, nearly 100% of the time, we see property prices going up as a result. So that's the lay of the land. Hope you found that interesting. They're the key takeaways that you need to understand. With rates coming down, prices rising, and rental markets staying tight, now is the time to capitalize. If you're ready to maximize your returns, minimize your risk, and get market outperformance, then get in touch with the team at OpenCorp today.